Hey, troops, Roofing and Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! Broadcasting from the Green Couch in the Clintonville section of Columbus, Ohio. So, and as you've probably been looking through so many other sources, lots of strong opinions about this movie. Okay, the non-spoiler filled safe review. Liked it. Is it perfect? No. As a friend of mine put it, wanted to love it, was so prepared to love it. And especially after the universe shaking kaboom of the first film. There are flaws in it. Um, Kind of like a donut. Great beginning, pretty cool end. Middle, still lots of fun. Just be prepared. It's not telling you the usual superhero story you think. Um, Also, there is a post-credit scene. No, it's not an earth-shattering. Oh, this is going to lead to something and blah 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 blah. No, no, no. It's just a cute, really cool, perfect post-credit scene. Okay, spoiler shield. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, you in the back that's texting. Remember, you over there still munching on the cookies, and you got some more. Ooh, those cookies look good. Oh, 7-layer bar. That better not be the last 7-layer bar you're eating right now. If not, we're gonna have words, man. All right, spoiler shield. But okay, done. All right. So I've been trying to film this for the last 20 minutes because unfortunately I've been lapsing into way too much exposition about explaining what the film is. And you know what? That's what Wiki is for. That's what a bajillion other reviews are for, to explain what the plot is. So we're not even going to bother because that's the boring part. Well, not the boring part because that's why you see the movie. A movie starts, like I said, it explodes in the beginning. You get, you've seen in the trailers, right? The giant obstacle course thing where Diana's a kid and going up against the grown-ups in this obstacle course. It is that is nothing. The obstacle course is like America Ninja Warrior on crack. What if Bruce Wayne had 20 bajillion dollars to burn on something, was really bored, with supers looking at it going, dang, Bruce. Yeah, it is epic. Oh, it is awesome. Um, and it's also it is also foreshadowing the entire story, in that Diana wins because she cheats, and Antiope and Hippolyta bust her and go, no, it doesn't work that way. You don't get everything you want. Wow, foreshadow, hint hint, nudge nudge, wink wink. Flash forward, and we're introduced to Dr. Minerva and Maxwell Lord. Um, and what creates this entire insane story of Maxwell Lord becoming this magical, literally granting wishes everywhere, and Minerva turning into Cheetah, and also leading to Steve Trevor coming back, is a magical, well, it's not quite a magical lamp, but it's this little crystal thing that Maxwell Lord has heard about over time, and he's been trying to build up this company for himself, for his son. Trying to change his life because he's been trying so many things and nothing's been working. And here's about this magical thing. And whenever you find a magical thing that makes things easy, it never works that way. Same thing with this. It will grant you a wish, and it always exacts a price. And what happens here? Maxwell Lord is able to use this. You know how in all stories, there's the magical wish thing, and we're always going, why don't you wish for something that lets you get as many wishes as you can? He does the smart thing. He says, I want to be the thing, and the thing goes, all right. the whole idea of having a price to pay, he finds a way around it, but he becomes the thing. Now it's time now. As this thing is discovered and everyone gets in contact with it, Diana gets in contact with it, and so does Minerva. Dr. Minerva wishes to be someone different, wishes to basically be like Diana. And now you're going. That's how Trevor comes back. Yes, Diana wishes for Steve to come back, and he does. Now you're going, okay, this is where the donut comes in. A lot of the middle of the film is figuring out Maxwell Lord, figuring out Minerva, and also the hysterical fish out of water situation with Chris Pine. Now, it does not disintegrate into a long, drawn-out SNL skit. They're smart enough to take advantage of the fact the story takes advantage of the fact that there is wonderful chemistry there. So like in the first film where Trevor takes advantage of he's a spa, dang it. He's there to help Diana figure out what the heck is going on. Where is this thing? What is this thing that apparently started this whole train reaction of craziness going on in the world? So it's so fun to watch it because they still have that chemistry. Chris Pine is wonderful as Steve Trevor. I think that was one of kind of the most fun things about this is, in the comics, Trevor, for me, Steve Trevor was just, the two of them together is so fun to watch. It is so fun to watch, and unfortunately creates the big problem in the middle. It's the Batman Returns problem, and it's the Spider-Man 3 problem. You got a lot of things you're trying to explain that have nothing to do, or at least don't have as much to do as you'd hope, with the name of the person in the title. There is a lot. Now, the good news is we're not talking Chris Nolan level exposition where you feel like you're kind of sitting in a lecture. You get to see a lot of interaction with Maxwell Lord as he's interacting with all these power brokers, granting them wishes, but in return, remember, like I said, there's a price. So as much as he's giving them all this stuff, he exacts something in return, and his power base grows. And unfortunately, he forgets that, yeah, when you mess with things this much, there is always a pushback. And what he inadvertently is doing is creating mass chaos and general destruction through the planet. Dr. Minerva, she develops. She starts to change and evolve. And unfortunately, she starts to do that. It's like the old line for Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Same thing with Diana. Steve's back! Woo! Nothing's free. And the price it exacts is from her. The story, like I said, this is not like most other superhero stories where it's just a matter of, bad guy, good guy, fight. It's very reminiscent of what Lovecraft Country did. And if you saw the miniseries, November 22nd, 1963, the one about the James Franco going back in time to try and save Kennedy, that miniseries. The story is a lot about how you end up doing the wrong things for the right reasons, or the fact that whatever you do exacts a price and demands sacrifice. That sometimes these things, to change things, to make things better, exacts a price that sometimes makes you really pissed. Which is what this story is about as much as anything else. Maxwell Lord does what he does, not just for himself, because it's kind of cool to have power, yada yada yada, but for his son. Because he has spent his entire life being told how you will not be anything. Same thing with Dr. Minerva. She constantly feeling, she is this wonderful person, yet always feels kind of shoved in a corner for whatever, for whatever reason. For Diana, all the things she's fought for, all the things she's done, and the one little thing, well, okay, it's not a little thing, but the one thing that could make her happy, being with Trevor, is the one thing that just gets ripped out of her. Oh, and that's the idea that the story focuses on. That all these things, it's never as simple as you hope. And that's where all of this kind of develops and burns, and unfortunately it ends up creating this donut, because you got a lot of time to explain all this. You got a lot of time to see where all this leads to and get that idea. And a lot less of seeing Wonder Woman being all badass or seeing Minerva turn into Cheetah. The good news is that you get to see all this, of course, all this resolution comes in towards the end, all the realizations of Diana realizing, okay, this is what I gotta do, yada, yada, yada. And as much as you sobbed in the first movie, you're going to sob even more. You're going to sob as much in the second movie now. And, leads to actually a pretty dang exciting third act, where she has to stop Maxwell Lord. And where, unfortunately, in the middle of all this, Dr. Minerva realizes that Maxwell Lord is the way I can keep this and not become her again. Cool. And leads into her transformation into Cheetah. And also leads into, you get to see that cool gold armor you saw in the trailer. Oh, epic fight. Could have been a little more epic, sure, but as I was reminded from from Batman v Superman, from Man of Steel, a long fight is not necessarily a cool fight. You get to see the two of them clash is what you were really, really looking for, and it is pretty dang epic to see the two of them go at it, especially with Diana in the gold armor and everything. That was very, very cool. So, and I think that's one of the sources for how many people have such a strong feeling about the film, because you're going to see a lot of people going, like I said, it's not a traditional story. It's trying to, it's touching onto things that, especially, and the funny thing though is that it connects very well with Diana, because I know she has lost Steve, and actually in a lot of ways too. She's also lost her family, all these other things, in order to try and do the right thing for humanity, for the world in general. So for her to have this conflict, to give this her, to get this gut punch, is very, very powerful. And also seeing seeing all this happen right now. Wow, talk about relevant. So that's the word on this. It's like I said, it's not your usual superhero film. It's a lot about soul searching, actually. It's a lot about coming to terms with how you deal with yourself, how you deal with the world in general, and trying just trying to face the reality of things and trying to move forward and grow with it. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of a somber story in a lot of ways. Don't forget post credit scene, a very fun, sweet post credit scene. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, there are going to be a lot. There's very strong opinions on it. I would say go see it. Just be prepared. Just be prepared. All right. So anyway, there you go. I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Hope the holidays are going well for y'all. All right. It's been a crazy year, which actually, in a lot of ways, too, is why, for me, at least, this story's so appropriate, considering the time of year and what's been going on. But anyway, y'all take care. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor. And always be good to each other, okay, peeps? Peace. Bye.